Today we are starting a new series where I am reviewing my subscribers' homes. It's been a really highly requested series and I actually really love the idea of doing this. I just didn't know exactly how I would implement it, but the other day I posted an Instagram story and I was like, hey, I'm going to be reviewing my subscribers' homes. So email me a horizontal video to this email address, and if you're selected, I will review your home for my YouTube channel. And I got quite a few responses just from posting on my Instagram, so I'm super excited to review some of these homes that people sent. I'm going to give you my thoughts on them, maybe some feedback, maybe some things I would do differently, items I really love, items I don't really love. So yes, if you submit your videos, get ready for some honesty. There's going to be no roasting in this video, just a nice little review of my subscribers' homes. I'm just really excited to get this series started. I'm going to try to do a review of my subscribers' homes at least once a week or maybe every few weeks. So stay to the end of the video to see how you can submit your place to be reviewed by me, hiPAIGEWASSEL. That's my name. If you don't know who I am, I'm an interior decorator. I do home consultations. I'm a prop stylist for interior brands. So I work all within interiors and I have a very strong opinion about what I like and I don't like. So if you've watched some of my previous videos, you know I'm pretty opinionated and I like to think that I have a nice eye for design. So let's get started on my first video of reviewing my subscribers' homes. The first home we're going to review is this woman named Lottie, who is from the Netherlands. She lives in a really small home that was built in the 1850s, so I thought this would be the perfect spot to start off with. So when I first saw this video, she started at the ground and kind of just took the view up to show us this amazing little apartment. The first thing I noticed was the wooden ceiling with the wooden beams. I mean, that's such an amazing, unique touch to the home that only I could dream of. Like when I move out of this place, I just want something that has that unique architecture or unique features that you don't find in some of these newly built homes. Since hers is from the 1850s, she gets to have all of this really cool, unique architecture in her house, which is, I'm jealous. The second thing I noticed were these insanely cool pendant lamps that are kind of like this paper mache type feel. I really love how different those are and how she got three and kind of hung them at different heights. They almost look like they're rocks, but they're made of paper. I don't know where she would have found those, but they are really unique. You also notice right away in the back, she has a palm leaf plant in the terracotta planter that's kind of sitting on this ledge above her closet, and she has a really warm light, a can light, sitting behind it, which is something I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, that you should put a light behind your plants because it gives this like really cool, warm, inviting touch to your space for super cheap, because you can literally buy can lights on Amazon. All of her lighting is also warm toned, which is really important for me in my space. I'm really adamant on making sure all of your lighting is warm toned, and usually I like to have dimmers on my lights, which are also decently easy to install. Right away, I love the lighting and the feel that you get when you walk into her space. I really like the placement of her plants. She has some up above, she has some on the ground, she has some on the ledges, and while I'm not a fan of like an overload of plants, this doesn't feel too crazy to me, and I do feel like plants are one of the easier ways to decorate your space, especially if it's super small and you have some really nice light. Why not throw some plants in there? And I really like how she keeps it consistent with the terracotta planters, so it doesn't feel like it's super mismatched. If you have a ton of plants, sometimes I feel like all the different colors and planters, it can kind of get a little messy. This doesn't feel messy to me at all. She also has another little pendant lamp over in the corner by that tree. She really has a focus on lighting, which I think is so important, especially in a really small space. Because her place is so tiny, and I can definitely relate to that, it's kind of difficult to figure out how and what couch and what placement to put the couch in, especially when there's like that little wall that kind of dips out. It kind of separates the kitchen from the family room and really limits your choices on sofas. For some reason, when people get an L couch that has the chaise on the end and people put those against the wall, it somewhat bothers me that there's like this empty chaise area. So I think when you are getting a couch like that, I would actually get the L couch to have a back as well on the other side instead of doing the chaise. You still get that feel of having the chaise, but to me it looks a little bit better when a couch has backs to it when it's pushed up against the wall, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying to replace the couch. This is a very minor detail. It just bothers me when there's an open chaise area against a wall. It just feels a little odd. Normally when you do L couches with chaises, they should be centered to your space, and that's where it feels a little bit better. I'm not a huge fan of velvet sofas, I've mentioned before. I feel like if you're going to get a velvet sofa, you have to get a really expensive one, like almost like a mohair. But because she did a darker blue, it doesn't make the fabric look as cheap as I thought it would. And while I'm not a huge fan of round rugs, I actually don't love round rugs at all. Lottie obviously has an eye for design because there's no way a rectangular or square rug would have fit under that sofa, so she kind of incorporated a round one. So while I hate round rugs, I actually don't hate the rug in that space. I actually don't know what else I would have done, so this actually works out. And I like how it's neutral, so it's not like you have this big round orange rug on your floor. I like how it kind of just blends in and it gives it some texture. I don't know why I'm so against round decor. Like, I hate round pillows. I don't like round rugs. You know, the arch has like the round. I need to think on that because I don't know why I'm just not into it. The coffee table looks vintage. It looks like it's an antique. She probably picked it up from a cool local thrift store or something like that. I like how she's adding that almost Art Deco feel because a lot of her furniture is mid-century, so I do suggest, you know, mixing it up a little. The dining table has the tinted glass that I really love, and the whole dining set is very mid-century. My only suggestion for that would be to maybe not have the dining chairs and then that extra chair in the living room be so similar. I would have done something maybe a little bit more unique for the chair that's sitting in the living room. Also, maybe something a little bit more comfortable. I don't hate the chair. It just feels very similar to the dining room chairs. This whole scene right here is so great. I love her vintage fridge with the little table and the lamp. The oval mirror was the perfect selection for that little wall. I think that when you have a wall like that where it's kind of just blank and in the middle of your space, adding a mirror is exactly what I would do. I actually really like to have one mirror per room because I live in a really small space. So incorporating a mirror in literally every room. I have one in my kitchen, my bedroom, my family room. It helps open up the space a lot. It reflects light and it makes your space just feel a lot bigger. So I think her mirror placement is perfect and it fits that wall perfectly. I absolutely love the little lamp that is on that little table that's next to the Smeg fridge. Such a unique touch and such warm lighting. Again, she really understands lighting. The table itself is cute. It's a little trendy, but it's not one of those trends that I feel like is really going to go out of style. It's not something that you're going to look back on and be like, why did I own this? Enjoy this whole like little nook area that she has put together. Her kitchen reminds me so much of my kitchen. I don't know if she renovated this or did this herself, but I did the exact same tile in mine, which is kind of like this old bathroom tile, basically. It's one of the cheaper ways to redo your backsplash right now. That's why I picked it. She also incorporated the Home Depot black handles that I also have in my kitchen. So cheap. They're like $1.99 a handle. If you live in an apartment that has an outdated kitchen, one of the easiest ways to upgrade that is literally just by replacing the handles. You can go to Home Depot, get these exact handles, unscrew them, replace them, and then when you move out, you can just swap them out. It's a matter of 30 minutes of your time, and switching out your handles is one of the easiest ways to upgrade your kitchen. I actually really love the whole color palette of this kitchen. You can tell the cabinets are a little bit more outdated, but I love how they're painted like a nice little cream color. The backsplash is white, and then she has the black handles. It's a really nice composition for this small kitchen, and I do like that she kept everything really light and airy because the place is so small. I don't think adding in a dark kitchen would have been correct for this space. I actually also really love the round sink, so there, my first round item that I really love. The bathroom is such a unique bathroom. That's a bathroom I just wouldn't touch. It kind of reminds me of those bathrooms in LA that are so outdated that it's just cool to have at this point. That is definitely a bathroom I wouldn't touch. I love how it has those unique touches of orange. The light fixture above is great. I mean, it's outdated, but it's outdated in a way that I can appreciate. I just think it looks really cool. It's obviously something that was built back in the day, and I would just keep it. It has so much character, and it's really great. I really love it. Overall, I absolutely love this apartment. It has such great character. Lottie did such an amazing job with all of her lighting. She obviously has an eye for design because of all of her compositions and her arrangements of everything. She definitely knows where things should go and where things shouldn't. I like how she mixed a lot of different styles. She has her mid-century. She has some things that you could tell are a little bit more antique or thrifted. If we're really going to nitpick this place apart and name a few items that I didn't personally love, we could start with the couch. I'm just not a huge fan of the fabric, and I didn't really really love how the chaise was pushed up against a wall. I would have gotten a couch, I guess, that had some back to it. I just feel that velvet and suede can easily look cheap because a lot of companies make them with cheaper, more affordable fabrics that aren't quite exactly true to what you're buying. So that's one of my main things. And then the other item I didn't really love is just this little shelving unit that's to the left of the dining table. It's an area that she could place something that's super unique. She could have done a really cool piece of art or just something a little bit less trendy or Urban Outfitters feeling. I think she could have just incorporated something a little bit different than this Urban Outfitters type feel shelf. So thank you, Lottie, for sending in your place. I absolutely adore it. You did such an amazing job making this small space feel cozy and welcoming and inviting and making it feel larger than it actually is. My only suggestion would be to maybe stay away from more of the Urban Outfitters feel furniture pieces and thrift more, antique more, buy some more unique pieces because I see little touches around your space. What a great first home to review. Thank you, Lottie. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name right. Okay, so that wraps up my first subscriber home reviews, reviewing my subscribers' homes. It's so fun and cool to look at all of your spaces. I've received quite a few emails of people with submissions, and if I didn't get to you, you might be featured on the next one, or if you want to be featured on the next one, you can send in a submission of your own. All you have to do is take a horizontal video of your space and send it to hiPAIGEWASSEL@gmail.com. I'm going to try and review a space every week or a space or two every week. And yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you thought of this series and if you want to see more. I think it's so interesting to see what people are doing with their spaces literally around the world. I will also be posting updates on my Instagram of when, I'm taking submissions or when these videos are coming out. So make sure to follow me on Instagram @WasselPaw. So tell me what you thought in the comments. I know a lot of people were scared I was going to roast their spaces, but I'm really just like wanting to look at it and see what I like and then give you some suggestions of stuff that I would personally do this space. So I don't know. Tell me your thoughts. So now I will show you the goo that has been sitting on my lap this entire video. She got a haircut. All right, I'm going to LA tomorrow for some prop styling jobs, so maybe I'll do a video on that. Who knows? So, see ya.